What is going on, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit, coming back to you with another video. And I am super excited for today's video because we're coming up on the new year, baby. And I want to give the folks out there who want to start selling on Amazon 5 tips to start selling on Amazon in 2023. I'll tell you right now, 2022 was absolutely crazy for anybody who was following my journey. I went from doing on average around 5,000 a month a couple months before, and then starting the new year to just hitting almost 58,000 over the last 30 days. Now my numbers have dropped down a little bit to around 50,000 after the Q4 rush, but there are so many opportunities right now on Amazon. It is nuts. And if you're new, if you've never sold before, maybe you're an eBay seller, maybe you're flipping items on Facebook Marketplace or reselling books, or maybe you're just at the flea market doing storage cleanouts. If you're not on Amazon FBA, you're missing out big time. Now, I know you're probably scared. It's a learning curve. There's so many things to know. There's a lot of rules. It's true. There are a lot of things that you have to know, but the opportunity to grow your business and to be able to leverage the fulfillment centers and to be able to just make money is crazy. So let's get right into the video. And I'm going to share these 5 tips for starting Amazon FBA in 2023. Now, if you are watching live, drop a comment. Let me know that you're here right now. Let me know where you're from, and drop a 1 in the comments, whether you're watching live or the recording, and let me know if you're selling on Amazon. Put a 2 if you've never sold before, because I'm going to drop some really good information to be able to help everybody out. So let's get right into the video, and I'm going to do some Q&A at the end. So hold your questions. Tip number 1, if you've never sold before on Amazon, you're going to have to sign up for a free account. You can just Google sell on Amazon, brand new seller, and it should go to sell.amazon.com. Go over there and sign up for a pro account, okay? There's 2 accounts that you could sign up for. There's a free account and there's a pro account. Now, I want to share with you 6 reasons why you want to pay the $39.99 a month when starting an Amazon account. Number 1, lower fees. With a professional account, you pay a monthly subscription fee of $39.99 rather than the standard per item fee for individual sellers. This can be a cost-effective option if you sell high volumes of items. So you're actually going to be losing money if you're selling more than 40 items a month, because they're going to charge you an extra $1 fee. But there's a lot more reasons as well. Number 2, with the pro account, you're going to get access to more features. So pro sellers have access to additional features, such as the ability to create and customize shipping rates, which isn't that important, and the option to use Amazon's multi-channel fulfillment service, which that's not really a big deal. But the big one is number 3, eligibility for Prime. Professional sellers are eligible to offer their products to Amazon Prime members, which will 100% increase sales and customer loyalty for sure. And it's also increased credibility, because when you're selling as an FBA pro account seller, believe it or not, most customers think they're buying from Amazon. Most customers have no idea that there's actually third-party sellers like you and I who are providing Amazon with those items. So when you're a Prime Pro member and you're selling under the Prime program, you're going to sell a lot more items because customers think they're buying from Amazon. Whereas if you're a merchant, customers know they're buying from an individual like eBay, and it's just not going to sell as fast. You have less credibility. Number 5, better support, which isn't huge. But number 6, this is the biggest reason why you want to be a pro account seller and pay the $39.99 a month when you're new. 85% plus of sales on Amazon go through the buy box. And the only way you're going to be able to win the buy box is by having a pro account. In the past, this wasn't the case, but now it's the case. So what's the buy box? It's that buy it now button or the add to cart button. Most people don't search through all the listings to see which one's the cheapest. They just click buy it now. So if you sign up for a free account, you're not going to be eligible to win the buy box, and you're going to lose out on a lot of sales. We got SBB Jesus in the house. We got Swap and Vivo, Chad, Mary. Great to see everybody here. So definitely sign up for a pro account. That's number 1. Number 2, and this is going to make or break you. You've got to find a unique way to source products. So if you're brand spanking new, of course you could go to thrift stores, but the problem is thrift stores are very, very competitive. You could find a lot of items, and you could definitely start that way. Items are cheap, but these are 3 options I'd recommend if you're brand new to selling on Amazon. Number 1, Facebook Marketplace or Nextdoor app. These are both free. And there's so many deals to be had right now on Facebook Marketplace. And on Facebook Marketplace, there's two options. There's local pickup, where you can meet up with someone similar to Craigslist, or number two, you can actually purchase the items online and they will ship directly to you. I crushed it last year doing this during Q4. I didn't really do it this year with Q4 because I was super busy with purchasing items from eBay. But also, Nextdoor app is a great way to be able to get free product. I recommend everybody out here, if you're going to start, look into selling books and just put wanted ads. I'll pick up your books for free. And I'll tell you, I've helped so many people to get hundreds, if not thousands of books for free, because most people think books are trash. Even DVDs, they'll just give them away. They want to clear out space. So put out ads on Facebook Nextdoor, and also search on Facebook Marketplace for items for sale. So many deals out there, and most people aren't taking advantage of it. Number two, build relationships with library workers, the friends of the library, the cute little old ladies there. Build relationships with them, because a lot of these libraries are suffering. They're not selling a lot of books. They're having a hard time moving inventory. If you go to a lot of libraries, they're charging 50 cents or $1. Build relationships with the library workers and let them know, hey, I sell on Amazon. I'd love to sell your books for you. And if I do, I'll split it with you. I have a friend out of California who does this in the San Diego area. He's crushing it. I mean, he's got a 6, almost 7-figure business doing it. Of course, it's hard work, but a great way to be able to get inventory. Hey, we got Amanda in the house. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then number three, eBay.com. So this is my main source. You guys have probably heard me talking about it if you follow me on my channel, but I source, 95% plus of my items from eBay now. Books, board games, DVDs, video games, electronics. So I buy them on eBay and I flip them on Amazon FBA. This is exactly what I've been doing the whole year. I still hit thrift stores. I still do a little bit of Facebook Marketplace and Nextdoor, but eBay.com is a great place to source items. And if you're new, I would definitely look into it. Start slow. Of course, it requires a bit more money than library sales or even going to thrift stores. But even Amanda's in the comments. She's been crushing it doing DVDs, sourcing off of eBay and flipping on Amazon. So anyone who wants to learn about that, I actually have a webinar that will share how to do that. So you can definitely check that out and learn about how that is going down. Tip number three, and this is a big mistake I see a lot of people making when they start reselling and they move over to Amazon. Don't sell a bunch of niches at first. Start with one category, start with one product, and really master it. So there's a lot of different items that you can start with. I recommend that most people start with media items. Books are a fantastic first product to sell because they're cheap, they're inexpensive, they're lightweight. Most people think that they're absolutely junk. And I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of money to be made with books. It is a hustle. It is a grind, but there's so many places you can find them at auctions and flea markets, Facebook Marketplace, Nextdoor. You could source them off of eBay, Mercari, library sales. You get backroom access at thrift stores or just go directly to thrift stores, church sales. The list goes on and on. There's a lot of other categories too you can sell, but I would choose one. I think books is great. And then I would move on to DVDs and CDs. Now you will need to get ungated to be able to do that. So if anybody wants to get ungated, just send me a DM on Instagram at Rake and Profit. I have a free resource. I can just send it over to you. So message me over there if you want that. But beauty and personal care products, very profitable, just a bit more risky. I love selling video games, toys. I have a couple friends who are doing 6 figures a month, literally buying electronic items from Facebook Marketplace, from eBay, and from thrift stores. And they're absolutely crushing it on Amazon. Pet supplies, office supplies. Oh, we got Iris Casanova in the house and Swamp Picker. Great to see you. Chris B, Rakin brother. If I could just become as successful as you, I'd be living my dream life. Hey, it's a process. And, I think we're all, on our own journey and growing at our own pace. So keep moving forward. You got this. All right. Number 4, if you're going to start selling on Amazon, you have to learn how to analyze items correctly. I'm going to repeat myself. You have to learn to analyze items correctly. There's a lot to know when you're selling on Amazon. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your you-know-what. There's a lot to learn. And there's a lot of different methods to analyze items that most eBay sellers have no idea about. And just most resellers in general have no idea about. Amazon can be a bit complicated, but once you learn how to analyze an item correctly, I'm telling you, it's so much easier to make money than eBay. Is it more complicated to start? Absolutely. Do you need to know a lot of different things? Absolutely. But I'm telling you right now, this is the closest thing to passive income. It's semi-passive because you buy all the items, you put them in a box, you ship them to Amazon FBA, and then when it sells, you don't really have to do anything else. So it's the closest thing to passive income when it comes to reselling that I've ever found. You just got to put in the upfront work. And some things that you have to learn, some of the upfront work include learning how to use Keepa, learning how to read the graphs, learning about the buy box, learning how to avoid IP complaints and sales rank and buy box statistics, learning how to read the competition, learning how to analyze what your profit and your ROI is. This is a big mistake a lot of people make. They buy a ton of items, they send them to Amazon FBA, and then they don't know why they're not selling. It's because you didn't analyze the listing correctly with Keepa. You didn't check to see if you have a good chance of winning the buy box. Maybe you receive an IP complaint because you didn't put in the time to learn how to avoid IP complaints. Maybe you're selling an item that's going to make $80 profit, but the rank is 3 million in books. And you're like, why does it not sell? You've got to learn the basics of how to analyze items. Okay. And I have a solution for you at the end of this presentation. And number 5, you really just have to get to the point to where you ship your first box to FBA. I can't say this enough. You ain't going to believe me. You ain't going to believe anybody else. You might see a lot of people having success with Amazon FBA, but until you start making the sales, you're not going to believe it. So get your first box out to Amazon FBA. Gather your supplies. Get your boxes and your packing materials, your bubble wrap. Go buy some shipping labels on Amazon. Prepare your products. Make sure your products are properly packaged and labeled. Follow Amazon's packaging guidelines, throw it all in a box, create a shipping plan. Shipping is dirt cheap because of Amazon and UPS's partnership. Print out your labels, slap it over the barcode, ship out your box, have Pirate Ship pick it up for $3.80, and bada bing, bada boom, the profits are coming soon. I know it's challenging to start, but there's so much opportunity on Amazon FBA. I can't even begin to explain. There's so many opportunities. So for anyone who wants to learn how to sell on Amazon FBA, you want to start, you want to be able to have help, you want to have a community, you want to have support. I released a little bit about this about a month ago, and I want to let everybody know that Reselling Freedom is coming. So I actually have 8 coaches that I've teamed up with, and we're creating a whole entire membership site where every single day, at least 3 to 5 times a week, we're going to have live coaching. You can join Zoom calls. You can ask questions. I'm going to be coaching. Again, I have 7 to 8 other coaches that are going to be helping out. Amanda's in the comments. She's going to be coaching. And if you think about like a CrossFit gym, where you ever like sign up for a CrossFit gym or just any gym in general, and like maybe in the morning is Zumba, and then like maybe at like noon, there's like a HIIT class, and then weightlifting at night. I'm pretty much creating the same exact thing, but for education and teaching people how to sell on Amazon. So if you're brand new, if you want to learn how to sell on Amazon, I'm going to be having a founding members launch very soon. It's going to be $27 a month. And eventually it's going to go up to probably $47 to $97. I'm not sure yet. But if you want to get on that wait list, then definitely go to rakeandprofit.com/freedom 2023, because I've got some crazy plans in store, and I've got some awesome coaches on my team. So I'm super pumped up for that. And just want to let everybody know, because I made a video a while ago. We had a couple hundred people asking about it. So definitely jump on that wait list. We got KT Treasures in the house. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask away. Henry says, started last week with FBM and have 2 sales. So you can definitely start with FBM. You just need to make sure, if you're going to list items for sale on Amazon, definitely check out Keepa to see if the merchants are winning the buy box, because there's a lot of products where the FBA sellers dominate the buy box. And even though you might be the lowest price, if you're not winning the buy box, there's a good chance your items are just going to sit forever, Henry. So definitely make sure to pay attention to that and look into Keepa. All right. So I'm going to take some more questions. Anyone has questions, ask away. Universal Sphere says East Bay Distribution Center ungating for shoes is shutting down. Yeah, I know. So for anyone who's trying to get ungated in Nike and other brands, I don't know if East Bay is still going to be able to help you to get ungated, but there's a lot of other websites out there too that you can get ungated. All right. Just waiting for some comments to come on in. Ask away if you have any questions. I'm here to help you out. But I'm excited for 2023. I really, really am. I've got a lot of my systems nailed down, and I'm pumped up. I've built a really great team over the last year, and sourcing used to be my biggest struggle. And I was always thinking, like, how am I going to find the next item? The thrift stores are so competitive. I can't find enough products to grow my inventory. But once you get a really good system down, again, for me, I've been doing eBay to Amazon, the money the more your inventory grows, and if you have fast selling items and you're able to cherry pick items that are profitable, your sales just increase slowly but surely. Steve, I really need help figuring out what to do with excess inventory. So there's a couple things that you can do. Number one, you have to assess why it's in excess. Has it been sitting for a long time? Has the prices dropped? Are you not winning the buy box? Is it something that if you had dropped the price and maybe won the buy box, it would sell? Or do you just want to dispose of it? So there's a couple things you could do. Change the price, try to get it to sell, move it out of your store, or you could go in and literally just trash the items. Go in, dispose of it, and have Amazon just get rid of it. Especially if you're a bookseller and you have a lot of limitations, then you're definitely going to want to get those items out that aren't worth it and replace your inventory with stuff that has higher profit, higher ROI. Amanda says, what are your goals for 2023? Didn't you set a goal of 2022 to hit 30K? So yeah, great question, Amanda. I've been working a lot on my goals over the last week, and I'm going to come out with a video breaking down all my goals and sharing that. So I'm not going to give away too much. But in 2022, I was doing around $5,000 a month in the beginning of the year, and I set a goal to do 40K, and I passed that up and hit 58. So I'm probably going to set a goal to maintain somewhere between like 50 to 75,000 a month on Amazon with around a 25% profit margin, 20 to 25%. We'll see how much my margins drop as I scale. Because right now they're around 30% profit margins on the 58K. So I did over 15K profit last month, which was pretty exciting. But I'll be coming out with that video for sure. Mary says, are your eBay flips new and used? Yes, they are new and used, but I focus a lot more on new items. Does Scout IQ work for more than books? It does. It'll work I know it works for media items like DVDs and CDs. I don't really use it for anything else other than media, though. Gabriel says, is there any equipment, machinery available for mass book sorting? I'm sure there is. There's those big machines that like tilt over that are like 5 to 10 grand. I'm definitely not the person to, I'm not the person to ask when it comes to that, because I don't run a big book operation like that. And I don't do merchant fulfilled, but I would definitely do a little Google search. Dustin says, yo, bro, FBA is the way to go. Dustin, I appreciate you, man. And Dustin actually sent me a message the other day. What did you do? You sent out a box or something. And I know you had some pretty good sales. You were doing some eBay to Amazon flips. I know Dustin's in the masterclass. So share with everyone how you're doing, man. I appreciate you being here. So yeah, I'm really pumped up, guys, for Reselling Freedom. That's what I'm calling it. And we're going to be having to start 3 to 5 live coaching calls every single week with myself and the coaches on the team, all expert Amazon sellers or sellers who are getting results that are, maybe on the ground floor so they can help you out a bit more. We're going to have a whole video library. We're going to have hot seat sessions, discussion panels, private community. So I'm really excited for that. And again, this is something I'm probably going to charge 47 or 67 or 97 bucks per month down the road. But I'm going to be having a founding members launch for 27 a month that I'm going to be sharing soon. So if you want to learn more about that, then definitely get on the wait list down below so you can learn more about that. And if you've been wanting to start selling on Amazon for a while, but you're like, this is so complicated. How am I supposed to learn all this? I need someone to answer my questions. I need someone to walk me through it. I wish I had like a real support system. I mean, YouTube videos are great and free Facebook groups are fantastic, but there's nothing like being part of an actual community with other people who are committed, being able to ask questions live on Zoom calls to coaches, to be able to get your questions answered right then and there in the context that you need. And it's really not your fault if you haven't started up until now. It's just you haven't had those support systems or the accountability or someone to be able to walk you through it. And I know it's tough to find someone to be able to do that. And that's why I'm creating this, because that's my goal. I want to help as many people as possible to start making money on Amazon. And I know it's intimidating and I know it's scary, but I feel like if I was able to help my mom to do it, and I feel like anybody could do it. If I could do it, you can do it. It just takes learning how to do it and overcoming those hurdles. SBB Jesus says, I went from 5,000 to 1,000 on my storage 4 weeks ago, and I'm really struggling. Which way would you actually get rid of the inventory? That won't cost me a lot. I mean, just removing it from your inventory, I think it'll be what, like 15 or 30 cents per item to remove it. It is what it is. In the future, especially when you start getting closer to Q4, you have to pay very close attention to the inventory that you have. My sell-through rate's around 40 to 50%, but if you're a bookseller, it's probably going to be closer to 15 to 20% per month. So when your sell-through rate is that low, which isn't anything out of the ordinary, if you're a media seller, your business is going to be vulnerable with these restock limits, especially in Q4. So, I would just be a lot more selective about the items you're going after. Are you competing with Amazon? Are you actually going to win the buy box? How many competitors are there? Or the amount of competitors trending upwards or downwards? Because if there's not a ton of demand for a product, a book, a DVD, whatever it is you're selling, and the number of sellers are going up, then you're really getting screwed, because there's going to be so many people that are competing with the buy box. The demand isn't there, and it's just going to sit and sit and sit. You can get away with selling products that have a lot more sellers on it. And even with Amazon being on the listing, if it's a really fast seller, and if the Keepa data shows you that you'll actually be able to win the buy box and rotate in and out of the buy box. So there's a lot that goes into it, but I mean, it is what it is. We could sit here and complain all day long. And I have in the past when I was a bookseller about restock limits. But once you start getting a lot more selective about your products that you list, you don't need a ton of inventory. But I'll be honest, yeah, like the big booksellers are very vulnerable right now. If you're going to be a big bookseller and have thousands of inventory, because in the past you used to be able to send in a bunch of 1 million, 2 million ranked books that were profitable. But now if they sit forever, you get to Q4 and they cut your stock limit down 80%, you're in trouble. So I get it. I don't know what the best solution is other than be a bit more selective. I did FBM, but FBA is so much easier. It really is. FBM, you got to store everything at your house. You got to pick it. You got to pack it. You got to ship it. You got to deal with customer service. You got to do everything. I do think there are opportunities there. Actually, one of my coaches, because I have a mentorship program I've been doing for the last 3 months. It's not available for the public. It's only available for people in the masterclass who want to take it to the next level and get to 20 or 30K a month. It's something different, but we've been having live coaching calls 3 to 5 times a week over there. And it's been helping people a lot. But the point I wanted to make was one of our coaches, Kurt, he does all merchant fulfilled eBay to Amazon, which is pretty crazy. And I think it was 2 months ago. I don't know what his sales were the last 30 days. He was doing over 50,000 a month eBay to Amazon flips, all merchant fulfilled, all higher ticket items. And he was doing around 10,000 a month profit. So there is some really good opportunities with merchant fulfilled. It just doesn't personally align with my lifestyle. And I like to have more freedom. I like to be able to take off. I like to be lazy for a week or two sometimes. And when you're selling on eBay or you're doing merchant fulfilled, you can't just take a couple of days off because you're having to ship out every single day. So I think there's opportunities there, but you just have to make sure it aligns with your lifestyle. Dustin said, weekend before Christmas, my second eBay to Amazon box hit the warehouse. And that weekend I did 500 in sales. That's freaking amazing, man. I'm super excited for you, Dustin. That's cool to see how far you've come. The treasure flipper says, and if you guys are hearing me huffing and puffing, I just purchased a walking treadmill and a walking desk. My desk walks around, a stand up like electric desk and a little treadmill for like when you're working. Cause I've been having I've been gaining a lot of weight and having some back pain. So I'm like, you know what? I got to start moving my butt around a little bit because I'm turning into a freaking koala bear. So if you hear a little noise of me huffing and puffing, it's a combination of me walking on the treadmill and being out of shape. The treasure flipper says, I'm a part of your masterclass and mentorship program since October and crush it in Q4. Love teaching and the lessons. Awesome. Super pumped up for you, the treasure flipper. And that's what it's all about. You know, the people you see online getting results, or friends, or people that aren't even on social media. Maybe you know someone who's crushing on Amazon or eBay or whatever it is. Myself and nobody's special. It's just a recipe. You have to follow a certain recipe. You have to do certain things. You have to take certain actions. And if you do, you're going to get results. I mean, let's talk about it for a second. Why do people make money selling on Amazon? Because they sell items. How do you make more money selling on Amazon? You list more items and you sell more items, but you have to make sure those items turn over quickly. You have to make sure that there's a good ROI and a good profit. So boiling down to simple terms, if you want to make more money selling on Amazon, you have to, first of all, have an account. Second of all, you have to list items and send items to Amazon FBA, list them on the platform. And three, you have to sell them. The more items you sell with a better profit and an ROI, the more money you're going to make. It's pretty simple. But most people get caught up with, how do I sign up for an account? So they never start. Most people get caught up with, well, how do I read a Keepa chart? They never start. And I get it. I was there too. Most people get caught up because they're like, I don't know how to scan items. What's the sales rank? What's the buy box? How do I get past this issue? I can't figure out what label to create. I don't understand how to do this. Like, maybe you jump out of the gates like a freaking racehorse, all excited, and then you lose motivation. That's normal. But what if you were surrounded by a group of other people in live coaching calls? What if you had relationships that you're building inside of a group? Similar to the treasure flipper in our mentorship. What if you had a support system and you had coaches you could talk to and mentors and other people who are doing it? Imagine how much more motivated you would be. You know, the other day I felt like leaving the gym and I was looking around and I was like, holy crap, there's people that are 15, 20, 30 years older than me crushing it. I got no excuse to leave the gym early. I got to get my workout in. And it's the same thing when you're selling on Amazon. Get around a community. I'll tell you right now, get around a community. It's just a recipe. Follow the recipe, right? Follow grandma's recipe for her hot fudge and you're going to have good dessert. I was thinking of that because for Christmas, my mom made my grandma's, she passed away a while ago, but she left behind a secret recipe for hot fudge. And we follow the steps step by step. And, you know, her memory lives on inside of her hot fudge. But yeah, random story. What do you use to source? I use eBay. For the most part, I also source from thrift stores, garage sales, Facebook Marketplace, a little bit of Macari. Those are pretty much my main sourcing methods right now. Henry says, jump in with both feet and learn from all mistakes. Exactly. And to add on that, Henry, be willing to give it 6 to 12 months. Oh, nobody wants to hear that, right? Living in the world of 2022 where everybody's selling you a BS dream. Let's make $12 million in 12 seconds. Shut the, you know what? It's like, it's crazy. Like, and it sucks because these like Facebook ads and these YouTube ads, just, they prey on the weak and they prey on the people who don't know any better. And it's like, let's just be real. It takes 6 to 12 months to start seeing real results and making money. Nobody wants to hear that. But I feel like if you're here, you do realize like that's the case because it takes time to set up your account. It takes time to learn how to source. It takes time to find items and then send them to FBA. And then it takes time for those to sell. And then you might be making a profit, but you have to build up your, you know, you're making sales and profit, but you're investing money into equipment. So you have no cash flow. It takes a good 6 to 12 months minimum. It really does. But nobody wants to hear that. And all the people on the Facebook and YouTube ads are promising you that you're going to make all this money in 30 days or less. And it's pissing me off. And it sucks because a lot of people do quit because they don't have the foundation of a community. They don't have realistic expectations. And a lot of people just don't have the knowledge because they don't teach us in school how to really run a business. Do you know most businesses take on average like 2 years to even show a freaking single dime of profit? And you can show profit a lot faster, right? A lot faster and start with a lot less money. So 6 to 12 months might seem like a long time, but it's actually really, really short. And the amount of money that you have to invest, which is literally like less than a couple $100, depending on the method. Obviously, the more money you have, you could scale faster. So that money is a resource to be able to scale quicker. But it's like, we have it so good, but it takes time. Sorry for my rant, guys. It's just one of those things that are getting under my skin lately, seeing these stupid advertisements. SBB says, is it really easier to eBay to Amazon? It's not easier in the sense of like the process of selling on Amazon. I mean, the process is the process, but what's easier and what the biggest struggle that I had, I can only speak from my experience, is when I was going out thrifting and hitting garage sales and auctions and flea markets and all that. I was competing with every single Joe Schmo out there who had a car and could drive to all the thrift stores and have a scanner, right? Most people, they just go thrifting and stuff. And there's just a lot more competition. It's not like 2015. I mean, I used to, honestly, guys, I would go into a thrift store back when I remember I used to have this Salvation Army. It closed down now, but it was in one of my surrounding towns in Manchester, Connecticut. I used to crush it at this Salvation Army. Okay. I used to leave with 50, 70, 80, 100 items, absolutely kill it. And, now fast forward, obviously that Salvation Army is gone, but stores in my area, like I'll be lucky to leave with 5, 6. Like if I leave with 15 items, I crushed it. And you could still make a ton of money from thrift stores. Don't get me wrong. But sourcing from eBay to Amazon is kind of like thrifting back in 2014 and 2015. It's a blue ocean. Is it going to be this easy forever? No, because more people are going to talk about it. Obviously, I'm sharing a lot of it. I have a course. I've helped over 850 people start. So the opportunity is going to become harder and harder. I say there's a good 2 to 3 years to just take advantage of the gold rush from eBay to Amazon. But after that, there'll probably be a million competitors. But still, there's always a new opportunity. And there's always new ways to be able to source inventory, right? Maybe starting up a clean out company. That's an idea that I've thought of before in the past, but it's not easy. It's just, I have softwares and systems in place. If you're in my masterclass, and you'll learn, it's very, very easy now, but it probably won't always be like that. I found out that the hunt in eBay to Amazon is so exciting. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. And my team, we source over between 50 to 100 items a day right now, and we could source 1,000 times more, but I'm building my business slowly, and I'm not building my business going into debt. That's just one of my rules. So Jacob says, I agree. I've only been able to find 1 to 5 books at most thrift stores. Yeah. The thrifting game is like not the same anymore. Could you still make a full-time income? You could, depending on your area, but you're going to be putting in like 50 to 60 hours a week, driving all around. And after I got in my car accident last year, where literally I almost died, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm not going to have my whole business depending upon me having to compete with everybody else, like running around from thrift store to thrift store. It was just too much. How am I going to like be able to help people on YouTube and do like my social media and all the different things that I want to do? And, it just didn't align with my lifestyle and my mental health after the accident. So I think it just depends where you live. We got Joji saying, bada bing, bada boom. The profits are coming soon. Can anyone help me out? Oh, I just said it. If you guys aren't following Joji, go follow him on YouTube. He's actually one of our coaches in our eBay to Amazon mentorship. He is killing it with eBay to Amazon flips. He did about, I think, a little over what? You hit $100,000 for the year. So, and he's a full-time teacher. So big shout out to Joji. Awesome guy. Samuel said, how many calories have I burned on this walking treadmill? Holy crap. 96 calories already. Awesome. Samuel says, yes, Steve, you are correct. I started in 2016 and came across you in Bonafide Hustler. It made the process of learning easier. It is. And that's how I've learned as well. I'm not some smarty pants who has all the answers. I learned from other people and then I put my own little spin on it. But I tell you, I had to figure out the eBay to Amazon thing all on my own because there was nobody else out there talking about it. And there still really isn't. Heck yeah. Amanda says Joji is amazing. And Amanda, I'm trying to get her to start a YouTube channel. She's going to be one of the coaches in the Reselling Freedom as well. She's already grown her business. She's been doing it for around 4 months. She's about to hit, I think, 4,000 for the month. I know you passed 3,000, which is exciting. And I could guarantee, I was telling her, like, give it another, 12 months or so. I forgot what I was saying, somewhere around 12 months. Like, she's going to be doing well over 10 to 15K a month, especially since she's doing eBay to Amazon. She could be doing 20K a month within the next year. Obviously, it's not all profit, probably around 25% profit, but I'm super pumped up for Amanda. The Treasure Flipper says, stay focused, start slow, and you will climb to heights. It's not an overnight thing. It ain't. And it's so true. It takes time to learn all of this. The great thing is, and I would like to ask everyone a question. Do you think that buying items online and like Amazon and like people shopping on Amazon, do you think that that is trending upwards over the next 10 years or trending downwards? Do you think more people are going to shop online and buy items on Amazon over the next 10 years or whatever platform, right? Amazon, eBay, all that, or do you think it's going down? I think everybody could agree that it's obviously becoming more and more popular, and it's I wouldn't even call it a trend. It's just the new world, right? People shop online. It's all about convenience, and yeah, it's going up, right? So you're in the right place. There's always going to be opportunities online. So learn the skill of how to sell on Amazon. Like Denise said, pick your niche, however works best for you. Just get started, pick your niche. And Henry says it's definitely going up. It is. So learn these skills. Don't be so concerned with how much money and profit am I making the first 3, 4, 5 months. Learn the skill, keep working your job, do it on the side, and slowly but surely build it up. And that's what I did in 2022, right? I kept doing all my little business things that I were doing and my little side hustles, but I just slowly but surely built up my Amazon business from 5 to 10 to 12 to 17 to 25 to 30 to 35 to 40 to 45 to 50. And then Q4 went psycho. We went from over like 35K up to 58K. Now it's going to probably come back down to like 30K, and I'll have to I'll level out and, build my foundation because Q4 is kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's a process. It's definitely a process. And if anyone saw my post yesterday on the YouTube community forum or on Instagram, you could see my sales month over month were very consistent and just slowly building up, slowly building up, slowly building up. And then you get to a point where you're actually making so much money that you're not only making good sales and profit, but now you're able to cash flow above and beyond what you're having to spend to reinvest back into the business, which is fantastic. So it takes time to build your numbers up. And I was talking to Amanda about this. The first couple months, the first 6 months are tough because you're making profit. You're selling a bunch of items, but Amazon's holding your money on reserve that first month. And then, you're trying to build up your inventory and you're making mistakes and you're learning, and then you start to profit, but you're not cash flowing. And then you slowly but surely build up your numbers high enough to where you start to be able to cash flow. Joji says, how long until I could ask ChatGPT to source me a profitable book on eBay to flip on Amazon? Honestly, for anyone who hasn't tried ChatGPT, you have to do it. It's an absolute game changer. I made a video about it. It's nuts. It is absolutely insane. And I made a video and I shared it with Amanda. Her mind was blown as well. I'm using it for everything now. Different posts, YouTube descriptions, emailing libraries, anything. It's just absolutely nuts. So if you guys aren't trying ChatGPT, it's crazy. If anyone is going to be a best man and you need a best man speech written, go right into ChatGPT. It's nuts. Absolutely insane. But that's all I got for everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and learned a couple things. Hopefully maybe it motivated you to get started. Again, if you want to have the support of a community, if you want to be able to tune into live coaching and ask questions and really be able to build your business, then I would love to see you inside Reselling Freedom when it becomes available. It's not available now. I just have the waitlist available, so you could be the first one that I can update you with. I'm going to have a short little promotion window, which I'm calling my founding members launch, where I'm going to give a ridiculously insane monthly offer, $27 a month. And after that, it's going to most likely go up to $47 to $97. I haven't figured it out yet, but there's a lot of overhead because I have a lot of coaches and whatnot that I have to pay. So it's not something it's a big operation and it's really going to help people. So I'm going to give my diehard followers a really good deal and grandfather them in for life. So just get on that wait list and I'll let everybody know. Gustavo, what's happening? Mary, push through that hump. Exactly. Lisa says, I believe live selling is going to be the new way of selling. What do you think? Possibly. It's just so time consuming. I love FBA because it's so much more passive. But yeah, I think there's definitely a good opportunity. Henry says, how do we get on the list? Just check the link down below right there, rakeandprofit.com/freedom2023. It's on the screen. Or you can go into the description on YouTube and just get on that wait list. There's going to be a short little founding members launch, and it's going to be worth it. I can promise you every day. Hopefully, I'm going to start slow with at least 3 to 5 calls a week, but then I want to build it up to where there's 1 to 2, maybe 3 calls every single day, live coaching on different topics, different levels, live Q&A, all different types of things. And it's just going to be for members. So it's going to be super badass. I can promise you that. I'm freaking just going crazy behind the scenes, setting a bunch of things up and getting really pumped up. And Joji's going to be over there coaching as well, which is going to be cool. So we got a lot of people in there that are going to be coaching. It's going to be really valuable. So I'm excited for everybody. But with that being said, much love and talk to you in the next video. Bye.